Alright, what's up everyone? How's it going? This is how we're going to do it. We're jumping off real quick into it. Quarter drive. Alternator. This is a Ford Taurus alternator off of a 2001 Ford Taurus. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with this is going to be about voltage regulators and a few other things. Wondering, why certain alternators won't work with other cars. So let's just start taking this thing apart. I'll show you how to do that. You got the three. I don't know how well y'all can hear me, but there's all three. Get them out. Once I get this regulator or this alternator apart, I'm going to show you what's up and what's going on. I'm sure a lot of people already know this. I did not. So I'm going to share it. And we'll see what happens. It's a little late at night. I work hospitality, so it's late. Using hand tools won't really wake anyone up. I have electrical stuff, but I'm slowly learning with electrical. You still need a lot of practice. I've broken a few things lately, and really caused some headaches and some time. And you got to really learn how to use them. Like a good 300 foot-pounds is just, will break anything, All right. You're gonna need one of these. Gently. Pry your cap off. Right back here you have this. Leave it alone for right now. Make sure this is clear. You got the three off, you got the cap off. What you're going to want to start to do is pry on it. And work your way around. You want to be gentle with it, but you got to pry on it, but not super hard, because what you got to do is pop around here and back. You could break this piece of plastic. You want to try and not do that. You are going to have to use something flat around it, hammer it on. There's a piece of wood over here next to me. I got a hammer right over there. But for right now, once I take it apart, I'll show you all how it goes back together, because I'm going to put the regulator on. Let's keep going. Okay, once you get this off, like I said, it's a piece of plastic right here. As you can see, it's coming up, already out. You want to kind of leave it because there are some grooves in it, and you want the grooves to be in those grooves, so leave it alone. mix up regulator. I believe it's the Torque Bix 25. Fits it just nice. A little couple of ratchet. Gently, make sure it's seated. You don't want to strip these. Probably try and fast forward through some of this. Got a bad knee. Had a little slip and fall. It's not good. Alright. What you're going to want to do next, try and get the regulator off over the bearing. Normally there's a thing that you put here that would keep the little brushes from coming out. It's in the new one. This one's messed up. You don't want to damage anything else, of course, but you want to get this out. So we're just going to simply lift up on it. Look at that. It's starting to come out. Coming right off the bearing. Oh, it's so good. Now, as you can see, this voltage regulator here on the front, the brushes are all the way down to where the circles are, so they themselves are, there we go. I should be able to notice those at some point moving around, as you can see. And this regulator was failing. I'm having power surges. Now here's the next question. When it comes to regulators, I'm gonna set my little light back up. When it comes to regulators, there's white, there's a black one, there's a gray one. They're all different colors, and this is called the body part of the regulator. I'm very untechnical. You know, I've just been told this on layman term stuff. This is the body. So whatever color body you have for your regulator is the one you're gonna have to have for your car specifically. The alternator that I have over here is out of a 2007 Ford Taurus. Now this 2007 Ford Taurus has a different regulator, all that stuff, okay? The alternators are meant to work with just specific cars. Now if you go and get a good alternator and just simply take the regulator off and get the right regulator that is meant for your car, because it's all about the signal. Now let me get the new one. See, this is the new one. There's the old one. This is the new one. This is what I got. And it's meant for 2000 and 2001 Ford Taurus. After that, you have to have a different type of regulator for 2002, 2003, 2004, 5, 6, 7. They're all different regulators. They're the same alternator, body pattern, everything. They're the same alternator all together, except they come with different regulators that send a signal to your module or your computer, however way it works, to tell it to start charging the car. So when you put the alternator in out of an 03 or an 04 into a 2000 Taurus, it simply won't work. 07 into 03s and 04s won't work. I don't even know if it'll work in an 06. But from what I understand, when you start to go older ones, like if you took mine from a 2000 and put it in an 07, it'll work for some reason. You know, that's the word on the street, you know. But why would you take one from 2000 into an 07? You normally look to take one from an 07 and put it into your 2000. You know, change the alternator. But that's how Ford did it. They changed the regulators so you can't take a newer one and put it in an older vehicle. You have to be year specific. And of course, for this guy right here, you know, is a 2001. So, I mean, this alternator, if you wanted to get it new from a shop and everything, or I mean from a parts store, you're looking at $245. You know, $245, $250 even, you know, and who knows. And then you got a whole bunch of different name brands. You know, are you a purist? You know, do you want to have just a Motorcraft, or can you be, you know, happy with something else? You know, I'm not going to name off another bunch of other brands, but Motorcraft is the brand for this. Now, the suspense is killing me, so let's get to it. When it comes to the regulators, the other way to tell is if you take one off and you look at it and you see, you know, white body, what's on the back? It's called white body something back, meaning, ladies and gentlemen, I have the right one. As you can see, it's called the white body orange black, or orange back. Now, on the other one, it is a white body, but it has a black back. So that means it's only meant for that car. And then there are ones that have a black one, black body, with a gray back. You know, black body, gray back. Now, it's just year specific, you know, for the cars, because I guess, now this is just a whole simple example. S, you know, like the first pin is S, the second one is FS, and then the other one is R, while the other one may be J, JS, and G. You know what I mean? So when you put that one in the car is meant to see these signals, not the ones that are already, you know, from the other one. So when it doesn't read the signals and everything, it doesn't charge. You know, everything's fine and everything. You know, I took the alternator that I got, took it to a place, and they charged it and checked it out, and it was great. But it wouldn't work with my car because of the regulator and all that stuff. So here we are. I'm holding the regulator. So instead of trying to find an alternator for my car, because I also like to go to junkyards, that's been a problem. You know, I've tried 2002, 3, 4, 5. You know, I saw these nice new alternators, and they weren't working for my car because of the regulator. So I have this alternator. It's great. It's for a 2007. I'm trying to resell it. I don't want to mess with it or change it up or anything. So I'm just simply buying a regulator. I got one off of Amazon for $22. It's not being cheap. You know, it's an off-brand. You know, this one says the Motorcraft and everything on the back. This one has no writing. But, you know, there are markings right here on the back, of course, so you'll be able to read it in the future. And as you can see with this one, you see it's just failing is all it is. It's kind of burned up. It's pretty bad here on the back compared to this one. But yes, that is the thing I've learned with alternators, guys, is they're year specific for vehicles. Or you can just simply, if you have one that, you know, doesn't change the way it bolts to the engine, you can always probably just change the regulator. You know, that'll be in a future video. I'll probably try, you know, and change the regulator in this, you know, in a newer one and something like that. And there's, you know, the little thing I was talking about that holds the pin. So you slide it on and then you pop this off and those go on, and it's great. This is the old one. This is the new. Thank you, guys. So let's get it put back together because it's late as hell and I want to get this on. And yeah, so once again, Amazon, this is the one I got. White body, orange back, 2000 and 2001 only cars, voltage regulators. Like I said, maybe put it on a bunch of different other alternators and then put it in with a regulator, and it should work. Well, let's get to it. I want to clean this a little more. The other thing I wanted to check on, I don't want to move it. Copper on these wheels are really grooved. This is probably, the cheap fix. If this takes care of my little problem, then, we'll see how long this lasts. But, for $20, yeah. This alternator is like $150, probably $180 really anywhere. And I don't always like to buy stuff right off the internet because it can get damaged on the way here. Then you got to pay for shipping back because you're so excited you found one for a great deal. Oh, look, you're paying for shipping. You're $5 less than getting it from up at the parts store. And then you've lost the ability to go right up to the parts store if there's a problem, exchange it, the same brand, blah blah blah. So right now I'm just going to do this. We'll see how it goes. Put it back together. Hopefully it takes care of my problem. But that's how you want to do it, And just to let y'all know that's the alternator situation. It they're vehicle specific. So just remember to pull that apart before you start putting it all back together. I'm going to get this in before I pull that apart. Take your time and make sure you thread, these little torque bits properly. You don't want to, if that one's not working out, moving on to the next one. You don't want to, cross thread this. Get another one in, get it going. See, that one's perfect. Perfect. Let's try the other one. Sometimes it helps us to get one or two in and everything starts to line up nicely. Hopefully you're not catching the fan all real bad, but yeah, I'm hoping y'all can hear me. Try and get this going. Now I hope you all know how to put the alternator back in the car, because I didn't want to film all that putting it in, because it's really not that hard to get it out. I mean, if you're gonna tackle a job like this, then you already know how to get it out of there. But I'm just trying to show some people, and you guys how to get this thing off. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I saw a beetle run past me and it didn't work. I have to back that one back out. It's not working out. I don't like that. I don't know why. Doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. A little better repositioning. We're good. Alright, it's all plastic stuff, so you want to... I recommend trying to do it with like a screwdriver. You know, it's... You don't want to over tighten nothing and even it out. Doing real good. Doing real good, guys. Oh, there we go. That one's perfect. I'm going to try this guy. Golden. And we are seated. All right, there you go. This guy's back on. You want to take this little guy here, make sure that's in good. That's spinning, that's good. Good. All right, and there we go. Want to make sure that when you pull the pin, that also, that when they've popped out, that they are in the grooves, because there are grooves in this from being worn out with the bearings, the copper ones. Those are a little weak right at the moment, but we're gonna have a look. We're gonna make sure that these brushes they are. Dirt debris. Set it back down. All right. Let's get back to it. That's work, that's done. Go back on. All right. See, back in here, guys, this is what happens when you first put it on. All right, it's like a press over kind of style. So you gotta have something right over it when you're trying to whack it on. Oh, I did not like to say that. I'm also inspecting on the back here. You know, it looks pretty good. All right, now this guy can't come out like I said, but you really want it to stay in. So what we're gonna try and do is just get it the hell back on. Okay, we're over top of it. This is a press fit style. Oh. Okay. It's coming up a little bit. All right, now that it's on. You don't want to do this very hard either, guys. Okay? Don't want to do this hard. See? Crack that up a little bit, but it's okay. I think we're lined up. Let's hope for the best. We are. Of course, you know, I screw up all the time, you know, stuff. I really probably should have put something over that in the beginning. So like you saw with the piece of wood, start with that. Don't try and do what I did. It got on there pretty good. But, you know, we're gonna, and that seats the bearing. Luckily, it's just a piece of the lip. And then, of course, you got this part here that's really good. So let's just give it. Let's just give it one more. The do's and don'ts of alternators. Alright. By the way, that is a future reference, if anyone's wondering. It's an 8. Trying to make sure it's on good and tight because I want to make sure that it's seated good. You know what I mean? And you want to make sure it's good. I'm using a quarter drive, so I'm adding some pressure. But I mean, if you see how it is and how I'm doing this, it's not hundreds of foot-pounds. It's just, you know, see, I'm getting a little tightness on that. Make sure it's seated right. Oops, I broke it. But yeah, it's at the line. It's at the line of where it was at on the inside. So we're good. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end my video right now. I got something I'm trying to relax to. Shout outs to Mountain Dew's new purple drink. It's pretty good. Sip and save, gentlemen. Oh my God, he's a polar pop guy. Yeah, I like soda like that. Mountain Dew's good. And that is how you do it, guys. This is the old one. Like I said, you could always just take the alternator off, pop the back off like I just did. And take the regulator off, see what's on the back, simply punch it in, and there you go. In my case, I need the vehicle to drive, so I made sure I had the right one before I took it out of the vehicle and took all this apart and everything else. And like you see, guys, it's a little funky. And now I'm going to end this video. Thank you all very much. Please, if you could, like to give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I don't recommend letting people know who the hell I am, so you know, you shouldn't share me. And we got a cover case. I forgot about this guy. We're gonna put this guy over too. All right. Thanks, y'all.